Hey there, this is Debbie at ThinkWhatWorks, and today we're going to talk about ThinkWhatWorks for your business. This video is more of my previous, just getting you thinking about what you can do with a software that is custom built, designed for you and your business. Just another thinking of, and some of us aren't creative. I am not creative. I'm more analytical. I'm not, I don't have a flair for creativity. So sometimes I struggle visualizing. And sometimes when I visualize it, it takes a little bit of translating to get it right. So there might be some of you folks out there that might have that same problem. You're thinking, well, what do I need? I have spreadsheets, or I have this product or that product. And as I talked to you before, I moved from QuickBase, and I have reviewed and trialed many others. And there's a few that I really like that, again, if you have a lot of data, it's going to be a tough find and a tough sell to keep prices down. If you can afford it, then go forth and pick something else. But I encourage you. I'm always been a proponent. Of course, a lot of things out there to say, if it's cheap, it's not worth using. And for the most part, I can kind of see that, but in this instance, and for what you get, it does make a difference. And I will just say that this is the most comfortable database that I've worked with. I don't like drop and drag. There's just other things that, and like I said, a lot of it, it prices you out either by the number of users or the amount of data. And I had one reference that I wanted to put in one, and very quickly realized that it wasn't going to fit, and that's really important. So if you're using a lot of data, this is the best platform out there for you. So anyway, I want you to think in terms of what you do in your business, what your needs might be, and this is another example. So this says logistics. If you're not, I'm using my upper screen, so I apologize for not looking at you, but looking over here and up. But anyway, this is called a logistics supply chain management, which in reviewing this template, this is not something I built, but because again, I'm not real creative, so a lot of times I will use the templates in this instance because it's clean and kind of a ready to go type thing. And for some of us that aren't creative, I can show you and talk you through what this is and what it could be. So this is it looks like it's a transport company. It says supply chain management. It looks like it's a supply chain transportation company that moves like a trucking company, is what it appears to me. In this instant, you could easily change it to a retail store, your Amazon store. Maybe you have a couple of Amazon stores. You could easily have, everything set up so it's pre-built and ready to go with your data as far as expenses and costs and customers and who's your customer in store 1, store 2. There's a lot of value here that you could expand with just this template. Again, my business was medical. So a lot of my stuff, so I could take this and say, oh, jobs. Jobs are, I can convert it to fit my needs, if depending on what other factors. If you are a massage therapist, or if you have a boutique salon or whatever, you could have, there's places that do hair, do nails, do whatever. You can break down and set your database up to kind of run itself at the end of the day. I mean, not literally, but and as I'll show you in one of the views here, how robust this can be. You can build in productivity. You can build in, scheduling. You can build in calendar. You can have an external portal. I have a dog groomer that I built them a portal that they could, because they were having trouble taking the time. They were using their cell phones to make appointments, and people weren't getting. There was delay in getting back to them and stuff. So we built a portal with a scheduling calendar and a message board, and that has gone over a lot better than how they started out. But again, there's so many different things you can do and be self-sufficient within the database without having a CRM on top of an HR tool on top of. I mean, you could have those things, but you can also do them in one place, or you can link it, or if you have like Bamboo or whatever for, you can link that in, put the portal on your employees' dashboard for them to access. I mean, there's different things that you can do. You can have a page. You can add links on your patients, or on your employees' dashboard that they can reference to, or whatever it is you need. You can make this very user friendly, and it also it does a lot of auto tracking without having to necessarily have productivity. You can build in reports that kind of self-motivate your employees without a whole lot of monitoring, spying, whatever, if you don't have that need. But there's a lot of things you can think of in terms of how you want to set up and what your needs are. So this is a transport company, so they're moving loads from here to there, and so they have it set up, and this one's more spread out as far as tables go, and I think a lot of it it's by design how it was set up for a few reasons, such as invoices and tracking of vehicles and keeping track of projects, along with in here they have two carriers. So the carriers are where they're leasing their vehicles from. So again, you could change that. It's like, do you have a fleet of vehicles that you need to monitor, take track? Do you need to set up maintenance? Do you need to set up, a portal for your employees or contractors or whoever it is to report their expenses? Do you need, there's a lot of things that you can house in here. But you could easily convert by saying, oh yeah, but you have to be thinking in terms of, well, this works, but a little bit different, So in other words, I don't need my leasing company in here, or this can be the employees with vehicles, or, whatever the need is. You just, think in those terms. So from customers, we have the trading company we're moving supply stuff for, and we have the ABC we're moving stuff for. And then you have the contacts. So they've broken this down to the contacts. The they link, and you can get to your contacts in here. And the question I would have is, do you really need a separate table for contacts, or do you just need a list showing the contacts? It would just depend on what relationships are in here and what needs are in the big picture. So, but anyway, customers, these are the contacts for your customers, and these are the projects or jobs for your customers. So, and then if you go in here, you can, so this is for the ABC company, you can go in here and see the details of the company. And down here you have your related expenses for the company. And again, as I was saying, you have these lease vehicles, because that's what it looks like. It looks like they're coming from 2 different carriers. And if you go in here and look at the national transport, you have the 2 vehicles, so you can monitor that information, and you could add anything you might need, you know, insurance. I mean, there's a lot of things you can put attachments and stuff to as you needed. So this is the project, 2 tons, and the expense amount is $720. So you can go in here and view this, and it's a breakdown of the different expenses. Now, offhand, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that we need a little more description as to what this expense was, and you could easily add that. So a lot of fun things that you can do with a database, and a lot of fun things that, you know, can come as an end result. Going here to the related expenses, you have a total of all of the expenses from both of the projects and both of the carriers, and then you have, this is a dashboard that's, you know, kind of started, that, you know, and you can lock this down. If you don't want someone to see this, you can block access. If this is all you want them to see, then of course you can, you know, there's a lot. Or if you need to add a note field to a communication box to say, hey, you know, Larry, we need to reschedule the load for, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Or, hey, Larry, you need to call so-and-so, follow up on whatever. I mean, there's a lot of room in here to be self-contained and self-functioning. So as this shows here, you know, the pie represents the delivery, the collections, and the miscellaneous. So you can actually hit the pie chart and it will show you the expenses. So this is project 1 and project 2 that relates, you know, again, the fields linked to, if you want to know, what is this, you know, what's this project 1? You click on that, and you know, this is a delivery that went from Los Angeles to Arizona. And see the breakdown there. Or if you can look at this and go, well, I need to know, you know, who the driver was, who this, what, you know, what, if there was more, you can easily add it. So again, this is just something for you to, and this adds up to the same numbers that it was showing over on expenses. So it can be a very robust tool and a great journey creating a personalized for your business software platform. So until the next video, I encourage you to think about and visualize what you could have.